Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 42 of the Pichu London Cup Series. Today we're here at Darlington Raceway for the running of the Cookout Southern 500. It is the first race of the playoffs here in Season 42, and as always the playoff drivers start on the first rows of each race from here on out, and they'll try to get as much points as possible to advance to the next round. There are 21 drivers in the playoff field and only 16 of them will make it to the next round. So 5 drivers will go home will be eliminated, I should say, after this first round event. After the events of the first round, Darlington, Bristol Dirt, and the Charlotte Roval. And on the pole for the race will be the number 9, Nathan Ormond, and alongside him will be the number 48, Ryan Durrani. And row 2 is the 2 of Samad Ozcan, and the 18 of Ross Boss. Nicky Maxwell and Christian Vargas start row 3. And row 4 is Coda Butcher and Thomas Mogford. Row 5 is Hampton Connor and Cole Binion. Row 6 goes with Isaiah Bernesh and Nick Suchita. And row 7 is Cassie Reynolds and Owen Miles. Row 8 is Juan Rodriguez and Stewie Moore. And row 9 is Jackson Antle and Unleash Your Quillies. And there's row 10 with Giovanni Castillo and Rich Roy, and Foster Henderson is the last driver among the playoff drivers in the field, starting in the 21st position. Philip Goldberg in a one-race deal today in the 54 car. He's driving the Retro 54 today in Darlington. And the other part-timer in this field as we go through the entire field is Pichu, as he is coming back to the 25 car here in today's race. He usually drives the 88, but today he's throwing back a classic number from the old days, the 25. And even running the same Jimmy Johnson style paint scheme as some of the other Hendrick Motorsports cars are running today. And here's how the rest of the field are lining up here today, as we're about to get the green flag in Darlington. A 36 lap race at the track Too Tough to Tame. It'll kick things off the playoffs in Season 42 with a bang. And the next two in the first round are the Bristol Dirt Race, of course, and the Charlotte Roval. Interesting tracks. Going to be a challenging round for these drivers here in today's race. And here we go to the green flag in the Southern 500. The playoffs are underway in the PLCS Season 42. Nathan Ormond off to a great start as he leads the first lap of the race. I'm sure they're going to try to avoid getting the Darlington stripe here today. Going to have to be careful with that wall because they get too close. They're going to hit it and they're going to lose the momentum. Looks like the 48 dropping way back as the high line is really struggling to keep up with the pace. The 48's going to lose a lot of positions. To start things off, he is dropping way back, as that high line is not working out for him right now, as he's dropping very far down below the grid. And Durrani was 5th the last time he was scored, and now he runs in 10th. Not a good start for the 48 team as he drops almost out of the top 10. And a battle for the lead, Samad Ozcan just took it away from Nathan Ormond. And Ozcan looking to win here today to make himself in the next round. And he's the only driver in the playoffs without a win this season. But it came on, of course, a controversial race in the Indianapolis road course where he was declared the winner and then got disqualified after it was a scoring error that it was discovered in that race. And that gave Owen Miles the spot to make it to the playoffs with that win in that race. That's how Samad Ozcan made the playoffs. He was given a playoff spot because of that controversial race at Indianapolis. Isaiah Bernesh going for the position here. That is for 5th spot. Hampton Connor fights back up high. He's able to get that high run. Was able to avoid the wall, and he keeps that position. So he stays put where he is right now. And Cassie Reynolds goes for the battle here, and he gets by Isaiah Bernesh. Oh, Bernesh in the wall. A little bit of sparks there in the 6. It looks like he might have made contact with the wall. And he's going to be passed by Juan Rodriguez. As they battle for position in the top 10 to grab those early playoff points. And Christian Vargas is now running in the 2nd position. He has 2 wins up to this point. Is looking for a 3rd win here today. And Thomas Mockford in the 8 car today in 3rd place. Looks for another victory here in Darlington. And Hampton, Connor, Cassie Reynolds, your top 5 cars in the field. Jackson Ansel trying to get by Isaiah Bernesh. Look at Bernesh trying to fight up on the high line back, but it looks like Nantel's going to put the block, and he's going to get that position away. There's Foster Henderson moving on up. He's trying to move on up, trying to get by Ross Boss. And that's what he'll do. Gets by the 18. And now Foster is moving up another position. More points, more playoff points here in Darlington. All these drivers trying to pick up critical playoff points to start things off at the track too tough to tame. There you see the 3070 on Daniel Bouchard. He missed the playoffs, unfortunately, so he will not compete for a championship, but is right now in the top 10, the highest non-playoff driver right now running in the field. And he's going to get passed, I think, by Ryan Durante, but Daniel Bouchard is trying to make up for not making the playoffs this year by trying to get a good finish out of this race. So far, it has been all about Samet Ozkan today, as he took the lead early on from the number 9. And that number 9 car has struggled. Take a look, he just got passed by Pichu, and now the 9 car continues to struggle. It's like he had the lead early on, and now he is dropping. He's losing a lot of positions now, and looks like a good day has turned bad for the number 9 of Nathan Ormond, as he is losing positions back and forth again. And now his teammate Robert Smith is right behind him, and they're running in the 30s. Not really a good run for the 9 car. He has struggled all day. After having the lead early on, and now he's going to get passed by his teammate, and looks like the 9 car is not doing so great, and they're the other competitors behind him. And the lowest driver in the playoff field is Unleasher Quilly. He's running 37th, and he too is not really well. Rich Roy is 41st as well. They're both struggling, not off to a great start for those 2 playoff cars. Rich Roy's 41st. Owen Miles is 40th, and Unleasher Quilly is running 37th. Both off, not the race that they were not the race that they wanted to run. They're trying to, make something good out of this, and maybe hope that the next 2 races will be better for those drivers, because they could be in the danger zone, heading into next week's race at Bristol. Hampton Connor goes for 3rd, and he takes 3rd spot. And look at 4th place. Cassie Reynolds took 4th. Maybe the 17 is going to take 5th. And how about that? What a run by Hampton Connor. Makes the right move at the right time. He's currently running 3rd spot. Here comes 00 Christian Vargas in 2nd. He's trying to catch up to the 2 car. That 2 car has been super strong tonight. Samet Ozkan is really trying to get a win and make his way onto the next round. Foster Henderson into another position away from Thomas Mockford. Now they're all trying to catch up to Thomas Mockford right now. In 12th spot is Zachary Fitzwater. He won here at this race last season as a playoff driver. And now he is not in the playoffs, but he's looking to go back-to-back here in the Southern 500. Running 12th position so far, doing a pretty good job. But Mateus Matt Gomes ahead of him in 11th, and all these non-playoff drivers closing in on the top 10. They could make a run for it. They could win and probably put a spoiler on many of our playoff drivers here today. It's been a caution-free race so far, which I'm surprised that we have not had a single caution here at Darlington. That's very impressive. We had a handful of cautions last time, but here this time it looks like it's going to be a different story. I'm sure it's not going to be like that in the other events we're running here this season, but I'm sure that everyone's enjoying the caution-free run right now, trying to get every position they can. Juan Rodriguez just moved to 4th. So now the 17-11 are trying to catch the top 2. Running solid, smooth racing right now. It looks like Christian Vargas on the draft of Samad Ozcan, but will he have enough speed to get the run? Looks like Juan Rodriguez is going to take a chance on 3rd place, and he's going to get that 3rd spot. And Juan Rodriguez is coming, and the 17 has been very fast now in the middle part of the race. And Juan could catch up to the top 2 and make a move. That 17 has been really strong now. It's gotten stronger. Just 20 laps to go at Darlington here, and the leader is still Samad Ozcan, and he has not let go of that lead since taking it early on from the number 9 of Nathan Ormond. Take a look at an update on the back, and Nick Suchita is now running in last place right now. Also struggling to keep up with the pack. 3 cars just not had a good start so far. I'm on with these playoff drivers, the 1 and 14 and 15. All struggling. Nathan Ormond was on the pole to start off in this race, and now he's running in 30th. So not a good start for the 9 in his playoff hopes. Samad Ozcan is hoping to move on in the next round with a win here today at Darlington. We've seen some crazy races and results here at the track, Too Tough to Tame, so it's far from over here at Darlington. About to approach the halfway point here at Darlington Raceway, and the leader is Samad Ozcan, hanging over Christian Vargas right now in 3rd place. Cassie Reynolds just took 3rd spot away. The 11 car up to 3rd. Looks like that 17 run was just too good to be true, or they're coming to pit. Oh wow, and looks like Juan Rodriguez was one of the first drivers to come to pit road under green. So now we might see some pit stops starting up here under the green flag at the halfway point, and here they come. The leader's coming to pit. At the halfway mark of this race, they're all coming for pit stops. Here they come, and the leaders are coming in right now. Some of the drivers took early stops. And we have the lead cycled around, and let's see who's the leader now. I think the 6 is leading, I believe. And here comes Juan Rodriguez out first off pit road. Isaiah Bernesh is the leader right now. 6 car is credited as the leader. So Bernesh leads, but he'll have to come to pit road at some point. Stewie Moore in 2nd place right now. The other playoff driver staying out for another lap, and here they come. Here comes the 6 and 7, both playoff drivers into the pits right now. Green flag pit stops as we are reaching the halfway point here at Darlington Raceway, and the last of the cars all pitting. So we're going to have to wait to see in cycle who's going to be the leader after the cycle of pit stops is complete. Could have sworn I saw Steve Morgan get a little bump on the 41 car entering pit road. But the 6 is in the lead as the other pack of cars exit off pit road after pit stops. Now these guys are going into pit road right now. See who cycle as the leader. Bernesh is credited as the leader right now. But that'll change, of course, and you see the other pack of cars going by. Handful of cars go by right now. Looks like the leader over there is going to be going by the 6. And here's the other pack of cars all going by them on their pit stops. Looks like the 6 will get out without a hitch. Ooh, wow. Right, almost ran to the 23 there. That could have been a disaster. Okay, and looks like the lead goes to Foster Henderson. How about that? The 77 in front. Foster Henderson is in the lead. What a strategy for that team to be in the lead right now, running to advance to the next round. 77 car, one of the underdogs here in the playoffs. Foster Henderson, his only win this season has come at Nashville to get himself in the playoffs. So now he's looking for his second career win and coming in on one of the big races of the season at Darlington. The 17 running in the second position, that is Juan Rodriguez. We saw him early on catching up to the pack, but we'll see if he is able to catch up with the leader and make a move. Samet Ozkan had dominated most of the day, but I guess he didn't expect to see those two cars with different strategies go in front of him. Coming to 12 laps to go, a dozen laps at Darlington, and the 17 is trying to close in on the 77 for the win. These two battling to advance to the next round with a victory. Each have one win this season, looking for another victory here tonight. Don't think they're going to catch up to lap traffic, so it's going to be clean air for the rest of the race, at least, probably. So we shall see. 11 to go at Darlington Raceway. The 17 has been ever so slowly trying to catch that 77. Oh, this could come down to the final laps, folks. Look at the 17 go. He's got a good run for the lead. Can the 17 get by the 77? Just 10 laps to go for these two drivers to battle it out for the victory. And the 17 is inching ever so closer to the 77 car, but will it be enough time to make a move? And Samet Ozkan doing whatever he can to get by the two cars in front of him after leading most of the night here today. He has caught up a lot right now, so he might be able to make a move. And fourth and fifth, looks like it's Christian Vargas and Hampton Connor. They might stay where they are right now. Reynolds running in sixth. And Alexander Rowe, the highest driver not in the playoffs, in seventh. An impressive run for the non-playoff driver in Alexander Rowe, but he is very experienced in the PLCS. 7 laps to go almost 7 to go, I should say, for Foster Henderson. And the question is, will he hold off the 17? That 17 is charging quick. That 17 is hard charging. And we have not had a single caution tonight. Just 7 to go. And look at the pack. They're catching up to the 77. Foster Henderson and the 17 are both catching up to the 77. They pitted, by the way, near the halfway point, so I'm wondering, are they going to make it on just one pit stop? I think there might be some drivers that could make it on one pit stop. We don't know yet, though. Their only pit stop came at the halfway point, so I'm not sure if that's going to last into the end of the race. That'll add some interest. Look at Sam and Ozcon catching up to the 17. Oh, this could be a fun finish. That 2 car is right behind the 17, and only a matter of time before the 2 makes a move. That 2 is trying to catch up to that 77. Here comes Sam and Ozcon for second place. There he goes. It was only a matter of time before the 2 car was going to catch that second spot, and now he's closing in on Foster Henderson. Sam and Ozcon, he's been dominating most of the day, and here he comes for the lead with 5 to go. There he goes. Gonna get by Foster Henderson for the lead. Sam and Ozcon is back in front. Just 4 to go here at Darlington. And the 2 car is in front right now. That 2 car, he's been the most dominant driver of the race, and now he's trying to hold off the 77 for the win. Just 3 laps to go here at Darlington. And Sam and Ozcon, he's back in front right now after being dominant most of the day. He's had the best car of the day so far. And Sam and Ozcon's trying to take this to victory for real this time. We can recall earlier that in the second Indianapolis race, it was a scoring error that brought Ozcon as the leader. He still ran as the leader to the very end, and then he was disqualified. And the win went to Owen Miles. And now he's 2 laps away from winning this for real this time. 2 laps to go at Darlington. And he has pulled a little bit ahead of the 77. It's safe to say that it looks like he might be able to roll with the win in this one. He hopes that a caution does not come out, which it has not come out the entire race. So I think he'll stay green from start to finish. Something that you don't normally see in Darlington, but here we are, caution free at the Southern 500. White flag is out in the air with 1 to go. And here's Hampton Connor going for 3rd place over the 52, over the 17, but it'll be too little too late for them to catch the number 2. Dominating day for Sam and Ozcon. I mean, he was unstoppable. And then he caught up to the leaders with 5 to go, made the winning move. And he's now going to move on to round 2 of the playoffs. And here comes Sam and Ozcon coming off the final corner. He's going to win the Cookout Southern 500 at Darlington Raceway. And he'll move on to the next round of the playoffs. And Sam and Ozcon wins the Southern 500 and moves on to round 2. And what a day for the number 2. They dominated most of the race, took the lead with 5 to go after pit stops, and they never looked back. So that'll do it here from Darlington Raceway, and we see Sam and Ozcon moving on to the next round of the playoffs. And take a look at this. The top 6 drivers were playoff drivers in the race, and the highest non-playoff finisher was Matt Gomes with an impressive 7th place run outside of the playoffs. And Alexander Rowe was the only other one, I believe, to finish in the top 10, not in the playoffs. And here's how the rest of the field did on the left of your screen. And like I said, there was no caution, so nobody retired from the race. It was a caution-free race, and there you see the other playoff drivers deep in the field. Let's take a look at some of the other playoff drivers. It looks like Nathan Ormond was the one that finished in last place. Went from the pole position to finishing in last, and that is not a good start for the number 9 team. They'll have to pick it up in the next 2 races here in the first round to make it to the next round. Unleash Your Quillies, 39th, not a happy day for him. Owen Miles, 36, also didn't get a good run here today to start off. Nick Suchita was running in last place at one point. He came back to the 31st, and that's some big points up there, maybe to advance. Rich Roy, Isaiah Bernesh, and Stewie Moore, Cole Binion outside the top 20, but made the top 30, so it was an okay day for them. Jackson Antle, Mark Ford, Tom Smofford, and Ross Boss made the top 20. So an okay day for them again. Gained some big points. They'll have to step it up though in the next two events. Coda Butcher, Nikki Maxwell, Ryan Durante, all outside. Durante's in the top 10, I should say. Maxwell, Butcher, not bad days for them outside the top 10, but did get some pretty good points. And Ryan Durante, Giovanni Castillo just make the top 10. They'll pick up some big points to hopefully have them move on to the next round. But there's still 2 races left before we eliminate 5 drivers out of the playoffs. We have 21 drivers in the first round, and 5 of them will not advance to the next round. So anyway, hope you enjoyed our race at Darlington, and we will see you next week at the Bristol Dirt Track. So until then, we will see you later.